My name is Osvaldo Mitat. I'm a sergeant here in the Miami Beach Police Department. We deal with many different situations, from criminal apprehensions, writing citations, traffic enforcement, to helping an old lady cross the street. I love helping people, whether it's a big crime, whether it's a shooting or a stabbing, all the way down to helping a citizen with a noise complaint or a traffic complaint and mitigating those problems. These are real people we're dealing with here. And it's really tough, and sometimes you stop and you think that this could be a family member of yours, and sometimes it does take an effect on you. One of the calls that had a long-lasting impression on me was a child sexual molestation call, where a 6- and 7-year-old were being molested by their step-grandfather. We got there, we separated everybody. They were very alarmed. The girls were crying, they were hysterical. They had this look of terror in their eyes. The father arrives with a baseball bat. The scene was very, very traumatic. I was just happy that we were able to make a difference, make sure that we got these girls away from that situation. Just moving forward with these girls, helping them get along and live a healthy life with as much help as possible.
My name is Joel Mazzell. I work for Miami Beach Fire Department. I ride on the rescue truck currently. I wouldn't say that I like the fire department or working as EMS. I would say that I love it. We respond to emergencies regularly. We experience on a daily basis some of the worst emergencies thinkable. Drownings, fires, car accidents, trauma. And these things all have a way of affecting me. Recently, I arrived on scene to the report of a child not breathing. When I arrived, I see mom is on the floor, sweaty, baby between her legs and lifeless. I know in that moment that if I don't act appropriately, the baby's life will be lost. I gather myself together, I encourage the mother, and together we work to stimulate the baby and to revive the life that still is inside. In this moment, I get a chance to experience the climax of emotions that overshadows any difficulty in any day that I've ever had.
My name is Catherine Palenzuela, and I'm a communications operator. I take both emergency and non-emergency calls for police and fire. I get to help people in emergency situations. They call on the worst day of their lives, and you are that first person that they talk to, that they look for relief. It is challenging because they don't listen to you all the time. It's the worst moment of their lives, whether they've been in a car accident, they've been shot, or possibly witnessing somebody go into cardiac arrest. Those few seconds and minutes are very important, and it can potentially save someone's life. So I received a 911 call of a female who had just witnessed a male next to her get shot. She was calling it in. Everybody around her was in chaos, so you could hear a lot of noise in the background. It felt very stressful because I had to get the information for the police officers in reference to who did it and where did they go. But he is bleeding out in front of her. After providing the information about the subject to the police officers, I now have to continue to give medical instructions in order to try to save the male's life. At the end of the day, we were not able to save the male, and it just feels like a void inside of you. The first responders get there, they immediately hang up, and you're just left there with all the stress, and you have to continue working and put it to the back of your mind and just forget about it.
I've been working for the city of Miami Beach for going on 5 years now. We get everything from a jellyfish sting to cardiac arrest to strokes, but the main bread and butter of what we do is ocean rescues. We have to address every person as a potential victim. With our whistles and with our vehicles and our lights, we can kind of direct them where we can keep a close eye on them, and it keeps us safe and it keeps them safe. So it was spring break of my first year out here. I was a temporary lifeguard. It was a bad red flag day, and as I was closing up the tower, I saw a gentleman started drowning. It took me kind of a second just to recognize it, and then when I finally did, I went in with a surfboard. It was a really rough day, so every time I'd go over the waves, I would see him, and then every time I'd go down the wave, I'd lose visual of him. It was really scary for me. He was very, very close to death. Fire rescue came, they checked him out, and immediately took him. I wasn't really processing what had just happened, and I was still trying to deal with it in my mind, and I was really questioning whether I wanted to do this. I decided to continue my career when you can directly affect the lives of people who are just out here trying to have a nice day and making sure that they get home. That's not only essential, it's good for you. It's a good thing to do.
For me, crying is something that doesn't come easily, and to feel this on a regular basis makes it all worth it.